In this video, we're going to talk about the data collection with child workflow. It's a default template for our executable actions tool. So if we click on E.A.T and then the workflows module, we will find it in one of these folders. As we're going to use the data collection workflow, we have to go inside the data collection folder, and we will have it available here in the top bar. This workflow consists of two templates. One of them is a parent template, the other one is a child template. This will be a three-part video. On the first one, I'm just going to talk about the templates, the nodes we used, and the possible use cases. So if we click on the first one, which is the parent template, we will already have it pre-made here for our customers to use. So one of the first questions that may arise is, what is one possible use case for this workflow? As multinational corporations will have countless entities spread across the globe, it is hard for them to keep track of all of them. So to get updates for entities in other countries, the manager from the head office can simply use this template, launch it, and send it out to the managers from other countries to get updates on the entities from those countries. Now, getting back to the template, the first node that we used here is a select project node. The select project node will select a project of your choice. This can be the current project you are using or the project you were using last month or year. Based on your selection, this node is going to pull entity data from the project settings tool. The next node is entity filter by group node. This is going to filter your entities by groups. Suppose you have three entities of your company, one of them in China, the other one in the United States, and the third one is in Germany. This node is going to skim through all of your entities from project settings and filter them by each of these countries. After this is a loop node, which branches out to yes and no. In the yes branch, we have the launch it workflow node. The loop node is going to loop this node by the number of different countries we have in our project settings. So if we have three different countries in project settings, the loop node is going to loop launch it workflow 3 times. In the launch it workflow node, we are going to configure our child workflow to it so that it launches our child workflow. One good thing about this node is that the managers of different countries will receive notifications at once. They won't have to wait for other managers to finish their work first. Also, they will only see the entities relevant to them. So the manager for the US entity will only see the entities of United States. When the workflow reaches to launch it workflow, as I mentioned before, we are going to launch our child workflow. So if we go back here and click on the second template, which is the child template, the launch it workflow node from our parent template will launch this template. This child template is going to collect updates from each of the managers from different countries by these nodes. So at first we have include parent, children, and siblings node. This node is going to include all the parents, children, and siblings of entities relevant to that particular country of the multinational corporation. The copy file node is used to copy a file to a drive specified. On this occasion, as we are collecting data from managers of different countries into a questionnaire, the file will be a questionnaire file with data of specific countries. If the multinational corporation has three entities in three separate countries, the copy file node will make 3 copies of the questionnaire with country-specific data. Export Orbitax data will export all the data into a file. I will explain these nodes more in detail in my next video. After the child template has collected all the data from the managers of different countries, our workflow is gonna resume from our parent template. So if you go back to the parent template here, until all of the managers from all our branches have finished their work, this workflow is going to wait here in the wait node. Once all of the managers have finished sending updates on their country's entities, the workflow is going to continue to copy file node, which will copy all the data from each of our managers. After that, it's going to select all of the entities, export Orbitax data into file, then create a new project to input all the data collected. After that, this workflow is going to combine all of the data received from different parts of the world and create a combined questionnaire for the manager at the head office to review. The manager at the head office will have the option to either approve or dismiss these updates. He will also be able to see all of the updates made by the managers of different countries individually. At the end, we have the Review Update Entities node, which will let the manager review and also import the new updated entities into the new project we created with the Create Project node above. As the objective of this workflow is to create a copy of your entity data into a file, that's why we use the copy file, filter all entities, and export Orbitax data to file nodes above, which is then combined with the responses from all the managers using the combined node. It gives our users a temporary space to review the updated entities and decide which changes to accept or reject. Once the manager reviews the combined responses, the data can be imported back to a new project with the Create New Project node that we used above, or can be updated into the same project if we don't use the Create Project node. That is all for this video. In the next video, we will see how to launch this workflow and how it executes these nodes, and steps we have to take before we launch it.